What song takes you back to your teenage years and why?
Ooh, that's a hard. There's a lot of songs that I feel like take me back to my teenage years. But even though I'm not really interested in the band in general, I had to play Fifth for Fifth, the Genesis song. And I'm not a Genesis fan. I think like the vocals ruin it for me. But I like that song. That always brings me back. If I hear that, I have like an instant nostalgia hit, even though I'm not really into it.
Any song from Lord's album Melodrama from 2017, probably like Supercut or Perfect Places off that album. I used to listen to that every time on the bus, on the way home from school. I didn't care about repeating it, I would just listen to it every single day.
The Hell song by Sum 41. That album is the first one I bought. And yeah, it's the song that really got me into punk, which is my favourite genre.
I would go for probably She's Casual by The Hunter. It was just always played at parties and it's just always a great song.
I'm a lady of the 80s, so there was lots of songs to choose from. I suppose the one that's most evocative to me is Heaven 17, Temptation. It's more the memories associated with the actual song, so it's going out with my girlfriends, it's all of us getting up onto the dance floor.
I'm going to say What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction. There's something about like cheesy pop music that brings me straight back to my teenage years because I was cheesy and teenage.
Thrown by Bring Me The Horizon. Being a Derby fan, they used to play it before Derby games and it would get you hyped up. Beautiful stuff, yeah, loved it.
So it's a French song, Réseau by Niska. It was really popular in my teenage years. I used to listen to Vibe along with my friends.
Losing My Religion from R.E.M. Yeah, it's a great song. It transported me back to my teenager time, back in my country. Relate that song or that album or that kind of music with something that happens in my life. Happy moments or bad moments, doesn't matter, but it transports you. It makes you feel alive.
One of Ollie Murs' first albums, probably Dear Darling. I just think I remember listening to it so much with my older sisters, like when I was younger, and it always just takes me back.
Only Girl in the World was one which stood out to me, and that I listened to consistently throughout my whole teenage years and now.
Not so much a song as it's a whole movie theme tune. The songs from Grease. I was 13. Whenever I hear it, I still think of dressing like them, queuing for the cinema, still love all of them.
Dilemma by Nelly, because I grew up with three sisters and they always had the music channel on and that song was on non-stop.
Drake Shot for me. I have a vivid memory of going to watch him in Nottingham live, and that song and the set and everything about it was so amazing. It's so vivid in my memory at that age.
T-Shirt Weather by Circa Waves. Definitely in my cool indie girl era in my teenage years. I think it's just a really upbeat, fun song that reminds me of the summer.
So when I was younger, I used to listen to K-pop a lot. So I used to listen to BTS, a very popular band right now. So I guess any of the earlier songs, so like We Are Bulletproof, for example, that's probably the one that I would, have on repeat when I was younger.
I think U2 Joshua Tree, Streets Have No Name, I think is my favorite song, probably the best, still listen to it.
Town Called Malice by The Jam, song we used to listen onto the fields getting drunk.
I'm Not Okay by My Chemical Romance. I'd come home from school, 13, 14, it would be on TV because that's where music videos used to be played. And yeah, just always takes me back to...
Eton Rifles by The Jam. I just loved it when I was about 14, 15.
Probably Skepta Nasty. Like when he dropped that diss to Devil Man. At that time, I grew up on a lot of grime, so like when that came out, that was just legendary, yeah.
Anything but like by like Avril Lavigne or like Ellie, Ed Sheeran song.
Anything on the Bruno Mars like Do Boots and Hooligans album. I had it on like a little iPod that I had on my jeans and I just used to listen to it all the time. It was great. All of the songs on that album were so good.
I have songs that remind me, for example, of like going to concerts as a teenager. Like the first concert I went to was Kelly Clarkson. And so I think of like Because of You was when I got a Discman, like you'd put a CD and carry around. And it was like the Because of You album and I loved it.
Bad Romance by Lady Gaga because I used to listen to that song a lot and I had like a little MP3 player and I would take it everywhere with me and I would listen to Lady Gaga's song all the time.
Sex by 1975 because I played it at every single house party I went to when I was a teenager.
Mr. Brightside by The Killers.
it just takes me back to all of those times, getting way too drunk where you can't even say the lyrics anymore, and just lots of great memories.
It's definitely an Alkaline Trio. There's a song called Radio, and it's just like, it's very like dark and all about death and emo. What 13-year-old me was like into.
I'd probably say something by Green Day, like maybe American Idiot or Boulevard of Broken Dreams, something like that.
Definitely. I would go with Let It Bleed by The Used. I made my first best friend in high school through the album that song came from.
I'm still in my teenage years, but if I go back further, just dance music is great. So Troublemaker by Ollie Murs.
Dog Days Are Over by Florence and the Machine, just because I remember always dancing in the park with my friends to that one.
Shotgun by George Ezra, because I was doing my GCSEs at the time. I think it was just like my motivational song to get me through those teen years.
A song by Tori Kelly, just because I discovered her music during secondary school. It completely like shaped me growing up. I was inspired by her. Probably say a single that's called Unbreakable Smile.
I'd say Not 19 Forever by Courtney's. It's a bit cringe, a bit cheesy, but like a lot of my teens, that's what life was like for me. On a night out, turning 20 for my birthday, singing that song, and it just made me think about all of my teenage years.
Anything from Simple Plan. Perfect, I guess, probably. And Yes, the Sky was a guest from Shakira, which if you listen are completely different songs.
Early Taylor Swift, because my sister would listen to that stuff all the time, so that was always coming out of her bedroom. So when I hear like, I don't know, like You Belong With Me or something like that.
Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. When I close my eyes and think about being a teenager, I can just hear it.
What You Know by Two Door Cinema Club, because Two Door Cinema Club were at the first festival I ever went to when I was a teenager.
I Never Told You What I Did for a Living by My Chemical Romance. Just have it on repeat the entire time.
Bad Girls by MIA, because it just reminds me of my friend group from home.
Kids by MGMT. It's a nostalgic banger from FIFA, and it's just always relevant. Always makes me think of my younger years.
There are so many songs that take me back to teenage years because I just love music so much. But one of them that particularly sticks in my mind from Usher's Confessions album, it's a song called Throwback, and I used to listen to that on repeat, and these were the days when you couldn't click repeat, you just had to go back on your CD player.
A song called Saved by Khalid. I don't know, when I was out with my pals, everyone knew it was my song.
Freak on a Leash by Korn. Chorus that instantly takes you back, where it's basically not even words, it's just emotional sounds.
Viva La Vida by Coldplay, it was always my mum's ringtone.
I'd probably say Woods by Alice in Chains. I kind of just grew up with that song and I just still like how it sounds. It's just
Unforgettable by French Montana, because I listened to it quite a lot when it came out.
Do you know, actually there's quite a few, and I was talking to my son about this in the car the other day, about how there's certain songs that you only have to hear them, it can take you straight back to that singular place in time, and Elton John's Another Passenger song automatically takes me back to one of my school trips I went on when we went skiing in Scotland. And we were singing it on the coach all the way there and all the way back. And I think the teachers were absolutely fed up with it by the time that we actually got back.